Hello, I am Sonali Pawar. In this lecture, we are going to see structure of C program and also program development lifecycle. In that, first we will see structure of C program. The C program is divided into the three sections. In the first section include the library files and also global declaration. In the second section contains the main function and in the last section contains the user defined functions. So first we will see section number 1. In the section number 1 library file access, what it means, suppose you want to include some library files that can be included or that can be written into the first section. And also global declaration, it means suppose you want to declare some variable globally or suppose you want to declare some functions. So here I am just writing the prototype of that function. What it means, here I am just specifying the what is the return data type of that function, what is the name of function, and also what are the parameters I am passing to the function. But I am not giving any detailed information, means how this function works. I am not giving that information here. I am just suppose declaring that function. So that is allowed into the first section. In the second section, I am just writing the main function. So that must, each and every program must contain the main function. So we are writing the contents of the main function, and in the last section it contains the user defined functions. We suppose user want to you can say user want to write some their own functions that can be included into the third sections. Here suppose this is the function 1, this is the function 2, which is the user defined functions, means these are the functions other than main function are included into the your or included in your program. So your program can contains the number of functions, but each and every program must contain the main function. This is a one example which shows the sections of the C program. See, this is the first section where I just included the global variables and also I just written the prototype of one function and also included one library file. See, I just written here hash include stdio.h. .h means it is a header file and stdio means it is a standard input output file. So whenever you want to do any functions related to input output, you have to include this file. So I am saying that include this library file which is present in the section 1. After that I written just a prototype of this sum function. Here I am just specifying this is the name of my function, sum is the name of my function. This sum function has a two parameters of integer type and this functions return me the result in the integer. So I am just specifying the declaration, or you can say specifying the prototype of that function. I am not writing any process or any step of that function. Now next I just declare one variable int a, which is the global variable. What is my global variable? This a variable or this a is accessed by main also, and this is the another function sum also. So that can be accessed globally. So global declaration is included into the first section. Now next second section which includes the main function. So here I just written the main function. Here it's specifying main is the name of my function. This function do not have any parameter. Suppose you just written the opening closing bracket, then also okay, and suppose you written the void in between opening closing, then also okay. Both have a same meaning. And see, this is a main is the name of my function. Void, it means it do not have any parameter and also it do not return any means any result. So to specify nothing you have to use the void. Now this is the about the main function. Now after that I just written any one another function, means this is the main function and this is the one function sum. Here I just written the prototype and this is the detailed information about the sum. Actually how it does the और how it does the addition of two variables. तो यहाँ पे जो उसका process है यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा है. Now you have to just remember what are the parts of the function. When we see the function topic, that time you will get to know that what are the formal parameters, what are the actual parameter, how to pass the value to the function. All these things will be cleared when you learn about the functions. But right now you have to just remember what are the sections of the C program. This is the global section. This is the you here in the second section you just declare the main function, and in the third section you can declare the any other function, user defined function. So this is about the sections of the C. Next we will see program development lifecycle. Suppose you want to write code into the C language, or you want to solve any problem using C language, you have to follow these steps. The first step is writing source code. First you have to write your source code, or you have to write your program using the C language syntax. That code can be written using any text editor. So you can use the notepad also to write your C language code. Suppose you are working with the CentOS, that time you can use the G editor to write your code. And suppose you just downloaded the Turbo C, that time Turbo C provides its own environment to write the code. So using that text editor you can write your source code. Now after writing you have to compile your source code. So what actually compiler does, it checks the syntax error. Is there any syntax error? Then it will shows that error, and you have to solve that errors, or you have to rectify that errors. And after that again you have to compile your program. When your program do not contain any error, that time it convert that source code. Source code means the code which is written using the C language. So that source code is converted into the object code, that is the in the binary format, because the computer can understand only the binary language. So you require some intermediator which converts that source code which is written in the C language into the binary format, which is done by the compiler. So compiler क्या करता है, source code को object code में convert करता है when there is not any error in your code. And after that linker links the library routines and creates the executable file with extension .exe. तो इसके बाद क्या करता है, linker links the library routines. जो भी in the previous example I said that hash include stdio.h. So such a library routine, suppose you are using in your program, that is a link by linker, and it creates the executable file with extension .exe. This is the job of linker. Now next part is executing your program. Suppose you are working in the Linux, that time using ./a.out you can execute your program. And suppose you want to execute your program into the DOS, that time you have to just type your C program name, and after that just press the enter key, then program will be executed. So you can see this is the diagram of the program development life cycle. Here you can see using the text editor, I will just write the program. Using this editor, I can write the source code. And after that means this output of this editor is a source code. And compiler is compiles the program. ये compiler क्या करता है? It compiles the program and it will shows the is there any error in your program. It shows that error and you have to solve that error, and after that compile your program again. And if there is no any error, that time it creates the object code. ये क्या create करता है? Object code create करता है. Now next thing is a linker. Linker क्या करता है? Linker links the library routines, which is suppose in the source code you included some library routines that can be linked by linker, and it creates the executable code which you can execute, and you will get the output of your program. So this is about the program development life cycle. Now next is the character set. What is meant by character set? See, each and every language has its own character set. Suppose English language, it has its own character set. Means what are the characters is allowed in the English language. So by, or you can say by using which characters I can write English language. So in the English language you can use capital A to Z, small a to z, or miss any other symbols you can use to write the English language. Like that, suppose you are want to write the some information into the Hindi. That time there are the another character set. Using that character means that using that characters we can write information into the Hindi language. Same way, suppose you want to write your code or write your program into the C language. The C language has its own character set. So these are the character sets which are present into the C language. So using these characters, I can write my C code. So uppercase A to Z, small a to z, 0 to 9, these white space characters are also included into the C language, which is allowed to write the source code. And also some special symbols included into the C language means this is a star operator plus this is a square bracket, opening closing bracket. So these are the characters or special symbols are included into the C language.